Alright, thought I'd share a little sunset flight with everyone this evening. We're just about ready to take off on runway 9 at Madison County. So we're going to put the fuel boost pump on, make sure the mixture is all the way rich, fuel's on the right tank, props all the way forward, look around, make sure there isn't anybody coming in to land, and we'll go ahead and announce our intention. And Madison County traffic, experimental 523 Alpha, departing runway 9, Madison County. And here we go. We should lift off at about, probably about 65 knots indicated. Landing gear up. Nose down a little bit. Wait for 3 reds on the landing gear indicator lights. There we go. Pull the manifold pressure back just a little bit. Get back to about 27 inches. And turn the RPM propeller speed back to 2600. And you can see downtown Columbus at 12 o'clock. And we're 25 miles away. So that's the kind of visibility we have tonight. It's absolutely beautiful up here. Turn the fuel pump off. And we'll set it up for a nice cruise speed here. About 24 inches of manifold pressure and about 2400 RPM. Everything's in the green. And we'll turn to the north so we can stay out of Columbus's airspace, because we'll be there in just a couple of minutes if we keep going in this direction. And you'll probably hear some other transmissions from some other pilots up there this evening flying, because it's such a beautiful evening. So you might hear some other voices on the radio. That's a Unicom frequency that we share with a lot of other airports. Yeah, we're about 800 feet off the ground, indicating 150 knots right now, slowly picking up speed. Go ahead and turn our ram air system on. That'll give us some nice cold air going into the engine. There are absolutely no bumps up here tonight. It's absolutely smooth. I can look down and I can see the farm farmers bringing in the world's food supply. Combines with a column of dust behind them. They're everywhere. Mostly harvesting corn and soybeans right now. This airplane is what we consider a point-and-shoot airplane. That means that whichever way you move the stick, it's going to go there immediately. So I'll give you a quick demonstration on roll rate here. If I move the stick...
Traffic, Cessna 673 on base for runway 5.
You can see I move it very little to get that response. And then I move it back to the neutral position so I don't keep rolling until I'm upside down. And we'll go back the other way.
Middletown 4005 for left downwind runway 5 at Middletown. Middletown traffic, Cessna 673 on final for runway 5.
And we're going to come around into the sun here. Going to get real bright, and then I'll turn it back the other way so we can get out of the glare. I have little warnings that come up here on my GPS screen that tell me...
Middletown traffic, Cherokee 304 is clear to the west, 2,500 feet.
Tell me what airspace I'm about to get into. We have Columbus to the east and Dayton right to the west and Cincinnati to the south. We're in a little pocket of uncontrolled airspace right here, which is really nice. If you want to just go up and goof around, I don't have to talk with the controllers. But occasionally I listen to their approach frequencies and make sure there isn't anybody in the area. Okay, we're headed pretty much due south right now, back towards London. And up ahead is a little lake called Choctaw Lake. Little private lake community there, really pretty. Actually, the airport is about at the 12 o'clock position as well, although you probably can't see it on the camera. You can probably see London, the little town of London, at about the 11 o'clock position. A couple of water towers. Nice little view of the lake coming up here. Absolutely beautiful down there today.
Middletown traffic says that 673, crosswind runway 5.
And Madison County traffic, experimental 523 Alpha is about 3.5 miles due north. We'll be entering a left downwind for runway 9, Madison County.
Middletown traffic, Cessna 26 Foxtrot on a 3-mile final for runway 5. Touch and go.
Okay, I'm going to start slowing us down here.
Middletown traffic, Cessna 673 on base for runway 5.
673 is downwind 5, looking for the inbound traffic.
I'll go ahead and put the mixture back to full rich. And Madison County traffic, experimental 523 Alpha is turning a left downwind for runway 9, Madison County. Okay, we'll be back into the sun here momentarily. Keep our eyes peeled for any other airplanes. And we go ahead and drop the landing landing gear. Landing gear speed deployment is 125 knots or less. I dropped them down at a 118. I like to be well below that number. We got 3 greens on the landing gear. Want to put the RPM all the way forward.
Eastbound, southeastbound, about 3 miles southwest of the airport.
And we're going to go ahead and start putting in some flaps.
40 pop, midfield, left downwind, runway 5, number 3.
And we got a lot of altitude to lose here. Going to drop the nose down a little bit. Kind of overshot our turn on the runway, but we'll get lined back up here momentarily.
Middle tail traffic.
And Madison County traffic, experimental 523 Alpha is on short final. Runway 9, Madison County. Got to be able to see a runway here. We're indicating about 83 knots right now. That's a really good approach speed for this this airplane. Gives you plenty of room before the stall. You'll notice I still got the power in pretty good, and I start to screw it off as I get closer and closer. And there we are. We're on the ground. Start putting some brakes down on the rudder pedals. Get her slowed down. Retract the flaps back up into the wing. Put the trim back to neutral on the elevator. Let in a little cool air. And now we get to taxi back into what looks like a beautiful sunset. Hope you all enjoyed it. I sure did. It was a short flight, but that's all I need. That's good medicine for me. And now I'm going to go have a cold beer and a couple of tacos. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.